Are we streaming live? Is this my first successful stream on Koricon Nerd? It looks like it. Woo! Koricon Nerd is set up and ready to go. Now I just need somebody to watch it. I have nobody watching. But we're live now. And we've got some trailers to do. So even if nobody watches it, at least I get some trailers done. Excuse me. Well, we'll wait a minute. See if anyone joins in. Got my coffee because I'm tired today. Little orange soda because why not? Why not have orange soda? Because orange soda is so good. Bad for you, but good. But yeah, I've got my list of trailers that I'll be doing today. That came out this week. We got Venom, the new Deadpool 2 trailer for Meet Cable, Death Wish, the Grindhouse Red Band trailer. I like Red Band trailers. Spinning Man, which made me interested because Pierce Brosnan and Guy Pearce are both in it, and I like both of them. And then we'll wrap it up with Krypton, the new sci-fi show. Well, the new show on sci-fi. I guess you would call it a sci-fi show. It kind of is a science fiction show, just on the channel Sci-Fi. Makes sense though, right? Let's see. Anybody out there? Wait a minute. If we don't get anybody, we'll just start doing the trailers and see if anyone joins in. But it's cool. This is Koricon Nerd Channel's first live stream. Is it showing the live stream? Is it showing that I'm live? Should be. Yeah, it is. Okay. It shows I'm live. Alright. So I don't think I think that one person that is watching right now is probably me watching myself. Yep. It was. Alright. Well, I'm not really expecting anybody on this stream just because I don't have many subscribers on this channel yet. I've only got 140. That's my live count. Only got 140. But I did post it on the social medias, so maybe someone will come over. But let's check out Venom. I'm excited for the Venom movie. I want to see it because I love Venom. Venom was one of my favorite characters. Venom and Carnage. I loved Carnage. Carnage was like one of my favorite villains. And so I've always wanted a good Venom movie and Carnage to be in it. And the only time we ever got Venom was during the disastrous Spider-Man 3. One of the most horrible movies. Oh my god, I was so pissed off when I came out of that theater because I was excited to see Venom. So I was mad. But let's check out the trailer. A little teaser. It's more like a teaser, I guess. And we'll see what they got for us. Venom. I like the way it looks. Sony.
Everyone's got their thing. Maybe it's a breakup,
I love Tom Hardy, man.
a death, an accident. Whatever
Spaceship.
it is, you used to be one thing. Now you're something else.
The look in his eyes, like he could feel it in him. Oh, the symbiote looks
We
neat.
all have our own problems. Our own issues.
Whoa, what was that?
Demons.
Demons. Alright. So we didn't get the suit, which I'm not really surprised. Not surprised we didn't get the suit. Because the movie comes out in October, right? October of this year. And we've still got a long ways to go. I don't think they're going to give us the suit until like Comic-Con. I think at Comic-Con they'll release the really big trailer because they want to make a lot of noise. This teaser, your first thing, it's more than just the title. You know, at least it's giving us some footage of the movie. But they don't want to give away everything in the first teaser. They got to hold on to something. So this gives us a look of what the movie is going to look like, cinematography, some of the action sequences, what they're doing, cameras pulled back, practical stunts, especially where we saw the 2 cars that blew up. We get a lot of little tidbits in there. There's things like what's making all those people move out of the way. I'm thinking that might be something where the CGI hasn't been inserted in the scene yet. And we got to see a little bit of what the symbiote looked like. But I don't think they're going to show the actual suit until like Comic-Con or something really big like that. Some big convention, something where they can release it, you know, in a huge manner to try and garner as much attention as possible. And since we're coming out in October, we got plenty of time. So we start out. We can see that they're using like very clean cameras, very good shots. Cinematography is looking good. Tom Hardy is walking with his head down a bit. Reminds me a lot of his character in Warrior. I like the way. I just like Tom Hardy. He's awesome. So then we have what looks like maybe spaceship, or if something that landed. Looks like a spaceship, which is where the symbiote came from. He's in an MRI machine. I'm assuming this is after he has joined with the symbiote. Because at the end of this, they show him like shaking and you can kind of see it coming in his veins. This fall. Now there's the symbiote. And they've got it in the jar. So it looks like they might be going with the storyline of the original, well, in one of the comic books where Spider-Man, in the comic book, Spider-Man had ended up going near space and saved a shuttle, and this was, the symbiote was on board. So they're going, I think they're going with the space idea, because of that, in the field looked like there might be a spaceship, so they're probably going with that idea that it's, you know, came from space, it wasn't created on Earth. Because I did hear that they were going along with the storyline of the planet of the symbiotes. So that would make perfect sense. But the suit is all... You can see bits and pieces of it coming off. Looks pretty good so far for that. At least that part of it. And then the action sequence that we had... There's Tom Hardy looking Tom Hardy right there. So that means we're going to have practical stunts, we're going to have wide shots, we're going to have epic set pieces. That makes me excited because I love those large action sequences. Small amount of edits, big camera, showing a lot of stuff in the camera. I like that. And then at the end, so you can see the stuff coming up in his veins, it looked like. Tom Hardy going, see it coming up in his veins? And Tom Hardy going crazy! That looks cool. Alright, I'm down with that. I'm ready for that one. I bet you there's going to be people pissed off that there's no costume, though. I'm not mad about it. This gives us gives me a lot more to see, you know, with camera, action, cinematography, music. The music sounded pretty good. The logo for Venom, though, that logo looked like, let's go back to the logo. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the logo for, like, the movie poster. But doesn't that look like, you know, balloons? Like party balloons? Where you get specific letters for someone's happy birthday. It looks like that kind of silver party balloon. Doesn't really say Venom to me. I don't know. It says party balloon, like... It's Venom's birthday! Yay! But I think probably around Comic-Con we'll get to see the suit. Do you think it's going to be at Comic-Con? Or do you think it'll be at another time? I'm curious what you think. Let me know. Let's set up the next one. Deadpool meet Cable. I am super excited for Deadpool 2. I love Deadpool 1. I mean, he is in my logo. He is right here. The movie is right there. I like Deadpool. So I'm hoping Deadpool 2 is good. What I like is the marketing. Like, they just came out with another picture Ryan Reynolds put on his Instagram of him doing the pose from like Flashdance, and it's like roses coming down on him instead of water. When the first movie came out, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought, man, the marketing's gonna stop. How many times have I thought that I was sad that the marketing for the movie was going to stop? That's just crazy and stupid. So I love all of their marketing. I love the pictures they come out with and the little quick little things of teasers and whatnot. Like he had the wet on wet. That was hilarious. God, I love cocaine. I love that one. That was awesome. But let's check out, since we still don't have anyone on this stream, I might as well just go through them, and then I'll split them up and put them on the channel later. But let's watch Deadpool meet Cable. I'm excited to see Cable. Let's see what they look like. Another Marvel.
I was born into war.
Oh,
Bred into it.
Nice.
People think they understand pain, but they have no concept of it. What's the most pain you've ever felt? Maybe the kind that leaves you more machine than man.
Wait, no, stop! What in the actual ass? Dale, why are the visual effects not done? It's a middle arm. It's not like we're trying to remove a mustache. Fuck it. I'll do it myself.
It's not like we're trying to remove a mustache.
I'm Cable, and I'm from the future, and I like blowing shit up.
Pew, 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 pew. Reach for the sky!
Oh no, Sheriff Deadpool.
You know, you're a lot taller in the...
Shut up, you little asshole. Take this.
Oh! Regeneration powers, activate!
That's not something you say.
Zip it, Cable!
I got the sounds to help you.
No! No biting. You're done already? Oh, wow, that was unrealistically fast. Okay, get it.
You done already? That was unrealistically fast. Whoa, he has the energy shield. Nice, Dynamo. Bender.
Time's up, you dumb fuck.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Yeah. That's coming out 10 days before my birthday. Woo! I'm excited for that one. Does it say Wade under the toy feet? Does it? Does it say Wade under the toy feet?
Reach for the sky!
Oh,
Let's see. It does! It says Wade under his feet. That's hilarious. I like that. I didn't notice that. Good catch. Roger Santos. Thank you, sir. That's funny. Wade. Just like Toy Story. How cute. But he has Wade under his foot, too. Cable. You just put Wade under everybody. I mean, Cable looks good. I do like the fact that he still has the green screen. And they had to go and do the thing, but... It seemed like that's what they did a lot with the, with the other trailer too, with Wet on Wet. It was more of Deadpool playing around, and then at the end of the trailer they give us some short sequences of what's going to be in the movie. But we they should have the movie pretty much done with CGI because it's coming out soon. Yeah, it is a tiny detail, but that's hilarious. And that's what I love about the marketing, Roger. That's what I love about Deadpool's marketing, is there's all of this little detail. Ryan Reynolds and whoever they've got working with them on that marketing team, they really look at those small details. They know how to give us Easter eggs because they know that we like to look for them. They know us too well. This breaking the fourth wall thing is perfect fit for this movie. Yeah. Well, and Deadpool did that in the comic books. He knew he was in a comic book. So it translates easily into movies because there's a lot of movies where people ended up breaking the fourth wall in a way. What they referenced in the first movie at the end with Ferris Bueller's Day Off. There were times where Ferris Bueller talked to the camera. So that aspect of the comics translates extremely well over to the movies. But he looks good as Cable. I mean, it's unrealistic to try and get what was in the comic book in the movie. Because in the comic book, he looks like he's probably like 7 feet tall and 4 feet wide of muscle. So, but he looks great, and he looks grizzled, and he looks worn. Hey Shrish, how's it going? We were just talking about Deadpool, the meat Cable, and Roger Santos there pointed out that he had Wade written on the bottom of his shoes for both dolls. I thought that was hilarious. That's a good catch, Roger. But I mean, like there, the shield. He's got an energy shield, which is cool. And we didn't see Colossus. And I bet you he's in the movie. But, of course, this is called Meet Cable. So it's going to be all about Cable. Josh Brolin, I am confused. He is good in Avengers or in Deadpool 2. Yeah. He's good in everything, Josh Brolin. I'm so glad that Cable has the lit up eye. Yeah, exactly. I was a little worried about that. Now they don't make it as flamboyant as it is in the comic books, but look at that. That looks like the comic books if you're going to translate it to screen, that's as close as you can really get, realistically. Now, from what I understand, I don't think he had that teddy bear. That teddy bear that's on his hip right here. I don't think he had that in the comic books. So I'm not sure where that came from, but I bet they'll explain it. But yeah, it is cool that he has the eye. You think they are going to go all in on the time travel, Scott Summers' kid, and etc.? I don't know if they'll do Scott Summers, but they are going to go back in time. Because if you look at the beginning of this, when he's talking, this is the future. I mean, it looks like a Terminator-style future. You see all the buildings in the background are all fire and falling apart. He's in a, burnt-up building. So he's in the future. And I think he's coming back in time. I just don't know if it's going to be Scott Summers' kid or not. Are they going to try and get into the whole storyline of what Cyclops' kids are? Because they didn't really touch on it too much in the other movies. They may just kind of leave that alone and come up with another reason. Plus, I don't think they have the rights to any of the other characters. You know, like Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She was some throwaway character that was in like one comic book, and that's why they were able to get her for the first Deadpool. So I don't think that they're going to be able to get too many other people. Cable they could get because they had no plans. Marvel had no plans to use him. And I wonder if Sony still had a hold of his rights. But they're also not going to use anything that's in the X-Men. So I'm not really sure, but I think they are going to do the time travel. I just don't know if Cyclops Kid is going to be involved. More than Avengers, I'm excited for Deadpool 2. Because they don't show everything in Deadpool 2. They're not showing everything in Avengers either, trust me. The Avengers stuff, the movie is going to be so dense. And the last trailer we got for Avengers was basically a rehash of the first trailer. It showed us pretty much the same thing. So, I don't think they're showing us anything that will give anything away in the Avengers trailers. Marvel and Fox traded Negasonic Teenage Warhead for Ego. Oh, okay. Well, and that makes sense. You know, and that really surprised me. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was not as good as the first one, but you got to give them props. They were able to make Ego the Living Planet work on film. Like, you look at that character in the comic books and you're like, how would you translate that into a movie and it not be stupid? And they did a good job. So, it was a good trade. It was a good trade. And I like Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I mean, they drastically changed her character for the movie. But the girl, I can't remember her name, but the girl that plays her does a very good job. And her interactions with Ryan Reynolds was great. Go to 139 in the trailer. 7, 8, 9. Is that X-Force? Who is that in the background behind Deadpool and... Oh, is that... Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting his name. The dude on the right, he's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Terry Crews. Terry Crews is... Oh, cool, I love Terry Crews. But who's the guy in the white behind Terry Crews there? Can't really tell. He's got a white outline on his face. And that's Dynamo. Shrish asked about the Venom trailer. I did that one already. I did that first. But do you guys know who this guy is in the white behind him? I don't think it's X-Force, though. I don't think they're going to be touching on X-Force. I don't even know if they have the rights to X-Force. But for the Deadpool movies, I think they're staying away from referencing any large groups of mutants that were in the comic books. Just because of... If they wanted to ever do an X-Force movie, you know, they don't want Deadpool to be the one that started it. They're kind of giving him his own little universe. I would be surprised if they even let him intermingle with the other, like, X-Men, and if Disney ends up buying the Fox, all the Fox stuff, I doubt they'll let Deadpool intermingle with any of the other properties. They're just going to let him be on his own. But what do you think? Let me know. I would be curious to know what you guys think. Fox set Drew Goddard to write and direct X-Force. Okay. But I bet you it's not going to be rated R or anything like that. And they probably are not going to reference Deadpool. It's going to be its own thing. Like, they may say it's in the same universe, but they're never... I don't think the movies are going to reference each other. Swish about Venom. It's not going to come into the MCU. No. Even if they buy it, I don't think they're going to keep it separate. It's going to be a part of Sony's thing. I don't think they'll intermingle. What Sony is doing with Venom is they're just trying to build it up so that when they get Spider-Man back, they have a pre-made Spider universe. But Venom will never be a part of the MCU. But Drew Goddard is a good... I think he's a good choice for directing X-Force. But I don't think it's going to be mixed with Deadpool. Alright, well, let's go to the next trailer, unless you guys got something else you wanted to mention before I move on. And by the way, thank you guys for joining the stream. For a while there, I thought I would just be talking to myself. So it's nice to have people to talk to. You wanted to ask something about the Stardust app? Absolutely, Roger. What's on your mind? I like it. I think it's fun. And it would be great to be able to put other people's reactions, clips of them, into my reviews. It'd be a great way of getting, you know, feeling a part of the review. And being able to voice your own opinion. How do you tag your channel when posting a reaction? That is a good question. Alright, so when you go into... Oh, my phone was doing an update. Good thing it's over. So when you go into the Stardust app... When you go to write one, you have the... It'll say tag a movie or a show. That's where you can tag a movie. Let's say, let's do this one for Deadpool. Meet Cable. I guess they don't really have a title for it, do they? Well, let's just choose the first one. Alright, so we'll say, hey, we just saw the Deadpool Meet Cable trailer, and I'm with my buddies here. And, yeah, we just wanted to test some stuff out on the Stardust app. So let's do that. Alright. Hey, we just saw the Deadpool Meet Cable trailer. And I'm with my buddies here. And, yeah, we just wanted to test some stuff out on the Stardust app. So when you're on this, after you're reviewing what it is that you just made, in the top corner here, you'll have... which shows a T with an @ sign. that allows you to write things on the screen. So you can write things like, you know, watch my review, which you may have seen me do before. Where you see it says like that, watch the trailer first. But if you go there and you hit the @ symbol, it'll show people down here. And you do Koricon, and you'll see me come up, and you just hit me, and it'll tag Koricon. You just need it to say @Koricon in there somewhere, and then that tags my channel. I hope that answers the question. That's a good question, though, and I should probably do something to explain that. Maybe I'll explain it in a video or something. But did that answer your question? Did that work? Cool. Found you guys doing reactions for Justice League, and it blew my mind that you could do over Skype reactions. So you inspired me to make my own channel. Thanks for that. Awesome. Cool. Great. Reactions for Justice League, you talking about, was that with me and Matt Kohler that I did that? Oh, Young Justice. Yeah. Yeah, actually we just refilmed episode 16 today. We did episode 16 and I was editing it to try and get it up last Friday. And then the audio was crap. And it was so bad I couldn't fix it in post. I tried doing a bunch of stuff to try and fix the audio, but it just kept sounding worse. And so we had to scrap it. But we had to refilm episode 16, and so I had to say in there, well, technically this is not a reaction because we saw it. We just have to refilm it. But we wanted to keep the discussion part of it, so we did it again. So that one, you know, episode 15 is on Patreon right now, but that should be going live probably sometime tomorrow when I get home from work and can finish editing episode 16 so I can get those up and get back on track again. But the Young Justice, those are fun. I have a lot of fun with those. I have not done a TV show reaction thing like that before, but I'm in the Reactors League group, and a lot of them do TV show reactions like the CW Arrowverse shows and things like that. So Roger Santos, you started a new channel called Street Level Critic, and I'm a huge inspiration. Aw, thanks, man. I'm still nervous to do solo reactions, though. You know, when you're going to feel nervous at first. So I was, if you watch, it's not on this channel, but if you go to my main channel, my first channel, Koricon Nala, which that's linked in all of the videos in the description, but if you go to the Koricon Nala channel and go to my first video, I did it, oh gosh, this is two and a half years ago now. October of 2015, and I did a video where I was talking about Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer. Because I wanted to do a video about it, but I've already seen the trailer, so I couldn't do a trailer reaction. And so I just got my phone, I put some cardboard behind me, which is actually this cardboard. This right here is a big piece, or 4 cardboards that I taped together, and then there's posters on it. So I can actually just pick up this whole thing and walk with it. But I had no posters, it was just the cardboard behind me. The lighting was god-awful horrible, and the framing for the camera, my lighting was bad, and I just seemed really nervous and not personable at all. But really, you just got to do it. After a few times, one of the tricks that you're going to have to figure out is how to look at the camera and see other people. Now, I have one of my good friends, Matt the Pharaoh Wizard. He has a channel as well, Matt the Pharaoh Wizard. And on Twitter, he's named Sexy Matt. He's very full of himself. But he's a good friend. He's a good guy. And when I first started, what he was suggesting, because his channel's older than mine, is he would take a picture of a celebrity or somebody and put it underneath the camera. So there was a picture of a face, and then he would talk to the face. So it seemed like he was talking to an individual. And I never did that, but it made perfect sense. And instead of putting a picture of a face under the camera, what I did is every time I looked at the camera and I was talking to the camera, I would see in my mind the comment section on the YouTube videos. So in my own head, what I'm doing is I'm talking to you guys as if you're sitting right there. And that's how I interact. So when I'm right now, it's a live stream. It's very easy for me to just talk to Roger. I can talk to Roger because I'm interacting with you. But if you weren't here and this wasn't a live stream, I would be thinking about that entire comment section. I might even be thinking about specific people or little logos, you know, like you have your picture there. Like you have your picture right there, whatnot. I might see like Shrish's picture or your picture or somebody in the comments that had popped in my head. And that's what I'm talking to. So you want to make it feel like you're talking to an individual. You want to make the audience feel like they're at an intimate setting with you. So that's why I talk directly to you. I hope that helps. Street Level Critic. Yeah, I got something from you recently, didn't I? Where did I see that? You had either commented on something or sent something on one of my social medias. I recognize the name Street Level Critic. But I got a lot of stuff recently and I can't remember where I got it from. Oh, you added me on Stardust. That is right. So I knew I saw your name from somewhere. I just couldn't remember what medium. Yes. That's where I remember the name. I looked you up to see who you were. And it said Street Level Critic on YouTube. Awesome. I'll have to go check out your stuff, man. I'll go check out your stuff. When did you start? When did you start your channel? Shris said, what do you think about next week Black Panther? I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Black Panther. I'm super excited for that one. Two weeks ago, and you have 4 videos up. Cool. What hardware are you using? My reaction is very different. There is a lot of editing and such, and after I watched your channel update earlier, and one of the things that I'm considering is doing a more simple. Well, you want to find your own style. So my style seems to be a bit more simple. But if you watch Aristotle Full Throttle, another friend of mine that I've met, I don't know, you said you found me through the Young Justice. Have you seen my other channel, the Koricon Nala channel? It's mostly Indian content over there, but I have a creator spotlight series over there. And where I do an interview with another YouTuber. One of the guys I did was Aristotle Full Throttle. You might want to check out his YouTube page because he has a lot of complicated stuff in his edits, but it's for a purpose and it makes sense and it's funny, it's humorous, and it fits his personality. So you really want to have your editing and the way that your videos are structured to fit the personality that you're trying to portray in your videos. Oh, because it takes you days to do? Ooh. Yeah. If it takes days, I'll have to see some of your videos. I'll have to check them out and see what kind of editing you're doing. What editor do you use? And what kind of camera setup? Like what? Tell me some of your hardware. Like softwares you're using, microphone, camera, like what? Tell me all of the equipment. Give me all the juicy goodness stuff of your channel. ScreenFlow 7. I've not heard of ScreenFlow 7. Is that something on... Is that a more recent one or something? ScreenFlow 7. ScreenFlow 7. I mean, it's been around for a while if they've got a 7. They don't just start with number 7. Telestream. Oh, okay. Oh, that looks pretty good, actually. ScreenFlow. Did you, do they do like a monthly thing, or do you buy the software? Because it looks like a really good mid-range editor, like a direct or Power Director, which is what I used to use, was Power Director. Yeah, iMovie and Windows Movie Maker are like the really simple ones. This is a mid-range editor, just like Power Director, which is what I used to use. If you want a free one that's really good but complicated, it would take you a while to learn it, but it's really good, and they have a free version. Is oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I need to get sleep or something. What is it? I can see it in my head. Oh. Now it's used for a lot of people use it for color grading because it's got amazing color grading. DaVinci, that's it. DaVinci Resolve. So DaVinci Resolve is free, but it's, you know, it's considered more of one of the top end editors, and a lot of people use it for color grading, because it's one of the more complicated fine-tuning color grading tools that you could use. But it's got a really good editor on it as well. It's just, you know, it's complicated. It'll take you, it has a big learning curve, so it would take you a while to learn it. So it's a one-time of $130. I think Power Director cost me like $80, so that seems about right. Oh, whoa. What happened to my live chat? Danger, Will Robinson, danger. There we go. What happened? What happened there? It's back. That is odd. It's never happened before. Whoa, there goes a cop. Can you hear that? I hope I didn't do it. What do you think about YouTube's recent policy? Did it very difficult to grow for upcoming YouTube channels? Oh, they're swatting me? Well, if it was a SWAT team, they wouldn't have their sirens on. It would be a silent approach. The recent YouTube policy, it affects this channel, Koricon Nerd. You know what sucks? So the other policy was you needed 10,000 views, and then you would be automatically applied to get partner verified, to be able to have monetization. So I got the 10,000 views, and it said that I was up for review and that it would take up to 7 days. 2 weeks later, they came out with the new thing saying that, nope, it's got to be 1,000 subscribers and 40,000 watch hours in 12 months. I was like, oh! And then it got pushed back. So, this channel is probably going to take a long time before it gets to a point where it can be monetized. But my other channel, Koricon Nala, it'll be perfectly fine. I'm way above anything that they had requested. What happened? I don't know. Some cop or a police or ambulance, something with a siren went by on my street. So they got called away, but it was really loud. So Roger was saying I was being swatted. Shrish, do you know what swatting is? Not sure if... I mean, there's a lot of gamers in India. I don't know if they keep track on that stuff, though, swatting. Swatting is where rival gamers would call the police and put in like a terrorist threat or a bomb threat or something, and basically get the SWAT team called on that person at their house. But it's very dangerous and extremely illegal. They started arresting people that did it. But no, I'm not being swatted. Final Cut Pro. See, I use Adobe. A little bit expensive, but actually it's not too bad if you just get Adobe Premiere Pro, because I think it's like $20 a month, which sucks, but it's like, you know, paying another service like 2 Netflix accounts. But it is like the best editor, I think. And I've been using it for almost a year now, and I love it. The payments doesn't bother you? No, think about it this way. So I was paying $80 for Power Director. Power Director 6 or 7, I think. But then if I wanted a new updated software, if I wanted Power Director 8, I would have to end up buying that for $80. You know, they're not just going to give me free upgrades. So after a year or two, I end up buying another software. This is kind of the same thing, except just split up into monthly payments. So basically, you're buying Adobe Premiere Pro for $240, which is actually cheaper than what it was when you would just buy the software. I think it was like $400. So you start out with $28 payments, or you buy for a few hundred, and no, they have. So what they do is they have a monthly plan, a quarterly plan, or a yearly plan. So if you want to do just $20 a month, you just do $20 a month. But if you want to pay for a full year, then it costs a little less per month in a way. So you spend like, I think it's like maybe $200 or $190, and you get a year instead of the $240 if you did every month. Or you can do the full package, which has all of the Adobe softwares, and I think that's like $560 for the year. But you get Premiere Pro, you get Photoshop, Light, After Effects. I ended up doing that just because I was like, I'm going to learn all these softwares, and then I didn't. So I would love to learn how to use After Effects and Photoshop and all that stuff, but I got so used to using GIMP that I just don't use Photoshop, because GIMP does the same thing and GIMP is free, and I just didn't have the time to really learn another software. So if I had to go back and do it again, I would just get Premiere Pro, because that's really the only thing I use. But if you like Photoshop and you want to use After Effects and you want to use all that stuff, cool, go for it. But I haven't used it yet, and I haven't gotten to the point where I would need to use it. So since I don't need it, I'm not going to do it. But I do like having Premiere Pro. But I wouldn't suggest it unless you have the money to spend. If you don't, trust me, you don't need it to make videos. I mean, I first started making videos using Windows Movie Maker. Those were my first videos. Bye, Shrish. Thanks for joining, man. You have to do a yearly contract, or you do the monthly payments? It's not a contract. You do monthly payments. It's kind of like just like a Netflix account, or maybe your car insurance. You know, you either pay for the month, or you pay for the quarter, or you pay for the year, and then when that time is up, they just let you know, and then you have to pay again for the next round. And if you don't pay, then you don't have access to it anymore. But one of the things I like is Adobe Premiere is constantly being updated. Like, they're working on the software all the time. It's connected to the cloud, so it gets updates all the time for the most recent software stuff. So it's never out of date. How did I do the opening for my videos? That I used there's a free editor, 3D editor called Blender. Let's see. Blender. Blender.org. So blender.org. It's a free download. It's a free 3D editor. And then what you would do is you get templates. So if you go to YouTube and you just type in Blender template, or for intro, or even just Google that, there's hundreds and thousands of Blender templates. You just download one of the templates, load it into Blender, and then you can look at a few YouTube videos on how to edit it, and then you just put in your name or title or whatnot. But the one that I got, it was called Burnout, was the title of that Blender template. And I used it because it was simpler. A lot of the Blender templates, they have like rap music or techno or something like that going on in it, and I'm not a big fan of those. And then they've got other ones that are more like business oriented and classy, and they got all kinds, man. You can just, when I first started my channel, I spent hours and hours and hours on YouTube just going over different Blender templates until I found one that I liked. But yeah, do it on Blender. You can do it for free. No, don't buy. Are you talking about an opening? I would try Blender first. I mean, you might be able to just do one for yourself. But if you can't find a template that fits what you want it to look like, then yeah, go to Fiverr and buy one for 20 bucks is fine too. For your logo and whatnot, is that what you were talking about? Yeah, that's different. Those, like my Koricon symbol and the banner and all that stuff, I got that from my MCN. I had joined Broadband TV, the multi-channel network, and one of the perks that you get when you join them was they'll make one for you, and so I got it from them. But I'm leaving Broadband, I think in June, so I don't think MCNs really help smaller YouTubers that much. They're more useful if you get a lot bigger and you kind of need some help. But even then, I don't think you really need them. I mean, like Boogie doesn't. Boogie 2988, he never had an MCN. Oh, just the opening? Nah, I would use Blender. But, you know, look through the template. See if you find something that that you like. And then you could, I think you could edit one pretty easily on your own. I mean, it takes a little bit of learning. You'll need to do some tutorials on YouTube on how to edit a template, but I don't remember it taking me very long to figure that out. And those YouTube things go through pretty easy. So you said that you were using would I consider doing a collab one day? Yeah, I would. But I need to check out some of your stuff, see how you're moving along. I mean, you know, may even get you in a creator spotlight at some point. But we need to check my channel out when you're on the when I'm on the bowl one day. I don't actually watch YouTube on the bowl. I always end up watching it on my computer. Most of the time it's when I'm editing something I check out other YouTube channels. But yeah. I would love to do a collab sometime. Even if you wanted to just pull me over onto your channel. What were you using for your software? For your video capture? Ecamm to record the Skype. Have you thought of using OBS? Open Broadcast Software? I use XSplit, which uses the same kind of base software that OBS uses. It's just a lot more complicated. You can like switch between, like, this is one scene, that's another scene, that kind of thing. When I do collaborations with Matt, it's this one. When we react to it, it's that one. That might seem familiar. But I record Skype through that with him, all as one element with XSplit. But that one, XSplit, ends up costing like $30 a quarter or $30 a half a year or something like that. The OBS is free, so you can look up OBS. I'm using a webcam, but I'm using a really damn good webcam. I'm using the Logitech Brio, which is a 4K webcam, but I use it at 1080p because I like the software that's on it. And then I have a secondary webcam that's a Logitech C270, but I only use that for when I'm doing the Skype, that the person on the other end can see me, because you can only use one webcam per software. And since XSplit is using my main webcam for recording me like it's doing right now, when I have someone in on Skype, they can't see me because that webcam is being used by the software. So I have this secondary $20 720p little Logitech 270 that I connect to Skype, so when people are Skyped in, they can see me. But I got that at Target for like $20. Don't need anything expensive for that, because you're not recording with it. It's just for reference on the person on the other end of Skype. I would love to have good cameras. Like, I don't know how much you saw of my other channel, but like for my vlogging, I use cell phone cameras. So like, like this is my vlogging setup, and it's my old Note 4 that I put on a monopod, and I got this nice grip to hold on because it's nice and tight, sturdy, strong. And this is just a cheap little $15 monopod that I got, which I actually did a review video for, but it was like 15 bucks on Amazon. And I love it because, you know, it's very stable, but it still moves around. Yeah, the Brio is a bit expensive for a webcam. It's like 100 and what was it on Amazon? Like 174? What? That can't be right, because I got mine for, did I pay 175 for it? I don't think so. I think I spent like oh no, I did. Yeah, $200. Yep, that's right. Yeah. But you don't need that one. I just did it because I like the software that's on it. I think it makes the 1080p look better. But really, a good one to get is the C9 920 or 922. So the C920, you can pick up a C920 for about $60 or $70. I guess like Best Buy and Walmart have them for 55 bucks. You can get it for $55 on Newegg. And that's what I used to use, was a C920. And I really like that one. It's a good HD. I think most YouTubers that use webcams use the C920 or the 922. Sergeant Rocco, what's up, dog? We kind of took a break from doing trailer reactions because Roger Santos here started a channel. He was inspired after watching me and Matt Kohler do our Young Justice reactions. And so me and him have been having fun talking about cameras and webcams and editing softwares. But we just watched the Deadpool Meet Cable trailer. I liked it. I think Cable is looking pretty awesome. Yeah, you need a better camera, man. But I would, if you want to do webcam, seriously, a Logitech C920 or the C922. Those are really good webcams. You don't need the $200 Brio that I have. I mean, Sergeant Rocco is getting a webcam, aren't you? Hey, Sergeant Rocco, aren't you getting a C922, right? Oh, you're editing right now. Which one are you editing? Was it the one that you were telling me earlier that you were going to do? The Grinch or something? Or you already did that one, didn't you? That was a while ago. But yeah, Roger, check out the Logitech C920 or the C922. Those would be good. Oh, the Punjabi trailer. The, what was it? Is that Ranum? Or no, that was the other one, wasn't it? I'm doing that one in my next live stream. The one for Koricon Nala. I'll be doing that Punjabi trailer. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I will be doing that one tonight also, just live. So don't give anything away. Oh yeah, Ring Root, that's it. Yep. So I'll be doing that one sometime after, in about 2 hours, whenever I start. The Koricon Nala live stream starts in 2 hours. Roger, hey man, this has been awesome. I've bookmarked a bunch of stuff. Blender, OBS, and the Logitech cam. Great! Also, you may want to look into the DaVinci Resolve. I mean, it's a free download. It's got a huge learning curve, but at least you can download it for free and use it. And if it's something that you end up liking, it's a really good editor. And an amazing color grader if you ever get into that. You'll love it, especially the aliens. Nothing makes a World War II epic film better than Aliens. If you add Aliens, it puts it on a whole other level of period piece. I'm the social media director at my church, and I have a ton of stuff to do before bed tonight. So I have to run. All right, man. Have a good one. I'll check out your channel. Thanks for joining in with me on Stardust. Logitech C920 or the C922. The C920 is the one I had before I had the Brio. The C922 is a bit better than the C920 and came out like a year after I started. But I skipped that C922 and just went straight to the Brio. I think Sergeant Rocco there is getting a C922. Will the rest of this be up on later? Yep, it sure will. I'll have the whole stream up later, and then I will break up the individual trailer reactions and just upload those separately. But the entire live stream will be up on Koricon Nerd as a whole. I'm not going to edit that at all. It'll just go straight up. Unless one of these trailer companies block the whole thing. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Have a good night, Roger. Thanks for joining in, man. Yeah, you're... It's in the mail, right? Didn't you say that you got it today or that it was ordered today? That's awesome. Once you get that, we'll have to collab or something. Do a kind of a late 50,000 subscriber celebration. Or maybe when you hit 51,000 subscribers. Unless you already hit that. I wouldn't be surprised if you already broke that one. Oh, I'm going to get some coffee here. Meow, meow. Meow, kitty, meow. And yes, I have a coffee maker right in my room. It's coming from Tennessee. Yeah, collabs will be easy, man. Now, a lot of collabs that I end up doing, I do with people over the phone. I just bring them in on Skype on their phones. Like, all of the stuff I do on Young Justice on this channel. You need a Red Bull maker? I don't really drink energy drinks. I just drink way too much coffee. Like, way too much coffee. But I love it. This one's got hazelnut in it. Oh, it's hot. Which makes sense. It just came out of the pot. But yeah, man, it'll be easy and awesome to just pop you in on my XSplit through Skype. Easy collabs, man. Not sure which is worse, but I never drink coffee or tea, so Red Bull's my fuel. One man's poison is another man's sugar? Sweets? I don't know. I like Red Bull. I just don't really drink energy drinks. I like the hot coffees. I like the hot liquid. Now, when I do have an energy drink, I guess I will have, like, not a Red Bull, but maybe like a Monster sometimes. But I always end up getting a coffee. Coffee's just my thing. Well, I need to do the next trailer. And I think, Sergeant Rocco, you're the only one watching. But I still need to do it for when the stream is over. So, this one is going to be Death Wish, the Grindhouse Red Band trailer. Now, Death Wish, I don't know if we've been asking for a Death Wish movie, but I like Eli Roth. He's a good director. When it comes to kind of action or horror, he actually does a lot of horror movies. So I don't know why he's doing an action movie, but Grindhouse really fits in his wheelhouse. Like doing a Grindhouse trailer, that is Eli Roth, so it makes perfect sense. But I don't really know. Red Band, maybe we'll get more violence than we did the other trailer, because the other trailer basically looked like that Denzel Washington movie. What was it called? The Equalizer. And I was like, well, this is just The Equalizer with John McClane. So, but let's check out this Grindhouse trailer and see what they got. Ha, it's got the...
Dr. Kersey, you're needed in trauma 1.
Nice.
Dr. Paul Kersey had the perfect life.
That's awesome.
Until one fateful night.
Very much Grindhouse.
Vanilla One man becomes
I kind of want the movie to be this now.
who did it are out there with a wish.
With a wish.
What have I done? A wish of death.
The man really wants to protect what's his.
This would make me want to watch the movie more. The Grindhouse trailer.
You're cocked, locked, and ready to rock.
I'll say.
We'll see.
You that doctor? I am that doctor. Now, this doctor is prescribing a lethal dose of revenge.
Revenge. Oh,
I believe you, Joe. You're not gonna kill me.
this is a silly joke. Jack will.
Jack is
Oh!
directed by horror master Eli Roth.
Dude's head exploded.
The next 3 seconds.
Oh yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Starring Bruce Willis as judge,
Jury.
and
Executioner.
Crazy weird.
This guy in the hood either called him the Grim Reaper. Is he right for taking the law into his own hands? He's become a folk hero.
You look much better. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Oh well.
That's a pretty funny joke.
Rated R. In theaters March 2nd.
Wow, that very much is a Grindhouse trailer. The part where they showed the dude's brain. Jack is. Look at Ew. That very much is Eli Roth. That is so gross. I love it. Okay. I'm down for this movie now. See, before it just looked like The Equalizer with Bruce Willis. But now I can see Eli Roth in there. And you really did need to have a red band trailer to be able to show that. So I want to watch this now. I kind of wish it was in the Grindhouse style though, because this trailer is awesome. You know, that's how they got Machete made. Machete. It was a fake trailer during the Grindhouse movie that Tarantino and Rodriguez did. And it was so popular that they ended up just they did 2 movies based off of that fake trailer. So I think this Grindhouse trailer fits perfectly with this movie. And I really want to watch it now. Yes, I do. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. And that Grindhouse trailer sold it for me. And there's nobody watching the stream now. But I just want to get through these trailers. And then I'll prepare for the stream on Koricon Nala. Alright, so this one is called The Spinning Man. Pierce Brosnan, Pearce. Where's Gary? Guy Pearce and Minnie Driver. I like the cast. I mean, the cast, it's a good cast. I love Guy Pearce. Been watching him since before Memento. Pierce Brosnan, I mean, come on. Was my favorite Bond for a long time. Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, and Minnie Driver. I was in love with Minnie Driver when I was younger. So I'm liking the cast. I don't know anything else about the movie. I just know that this trailer came out, and when I saw that these 3 people were in it, I wanted to see the trailer. So let's check it out, and we'll see what they got for us, but I really don't have anything going in because I know nothing about it. I just saw that it was a trailer that dropped off of comingsoon.net, and that was it. Which, 2 good places if you want to know of trailers that dropped. comingsoon.net, and my main one that I go to is trailertrack.com, but it's trailer_track.com. And you can also sign up with an email thing with Trailer Track, so they'll send you emails of trailers when they drop, which is cool.
Hillside Police.
Detective Malloy, please. I'd like to
Ooh.
report a crime.
Murder mystery?
For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Birch, and this is the philosophy of language. What are you guys still doing?
There's a crazy person in the woods.
What's he talking about?
Oh, girl went missing up at the lake.
Birch,
Yes?
is your husband home?
What's this about, Detective?
Girl from Eastfield. You got a report a man in a gray Volvo was watching her the day she disappeared?
Oh.
Tell me where you were.
I doubt it. I can barely remember last week.
That was Steve's last day of camp. You went to pick her up, remember?
I'm constantly searching
Ooh.
This is tardiness a crime?
Obstruction is.
I'm not answering another question until I speak to my lawyer. Are you used to a case like this?
Well, do you mean a kidnapping? Or do you mean a murder?
Hey!
Did you ever meet Joyce Brosnan?
I don't think so.
When a kid goes missing here, the cops need a suspect. Coincidence puts you in the crosshairs. Cops don't ask questions. They plant landmines.
Mrs. Birch, we found strands of Joyce's hair in your husband's car.
What was she doing in your
Oh.
car?
I told you, I don't remember.
This is her lip gloss. Zelda found it.
Where must have planted it?
This is a lie.
She's out there, and if she's still alive, she's on borrowed time.
Murder
We're in the
mystery.
same racket, searching for the truth.
It's going to be cool to watch them go up against each other.
You tell me.
So there's no such thing as truth.
Can I tell you the truth, or what I perceive?
You kept a secret from your wife?
Will you please calm down?
This looks like it could be intense.
I'm terrified. What else you could convince yourself of?
Mmm.
You know me. I wouldn't hurt a fly.
They all say that. Now, so murder mystery, obviously murder mystery. But it looks like there's going to be some neat twists in there. I'm not quite sure why they're calling it Spinning Man. It could be that he's spinning stories. They mention a few times of he doesn't remember this or that. She's like, I'm worried about what you're going to convince yourself about, things that you can convince yourself about. Does this mean that he's going to have a multiple personality? That he's losing clumps of time because the other personality is taking over? That could be. Could also be that he just is really good at lying. So good that, in fact, that he ends up convincing himself of his own lie. That could be. But it'll be cool to see Pierce Brosnan and Guy Pearce going, off of each other. And the guy from Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Marvel movies, Agent Coulson, is in it. That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting him to be in there. I don't know if I think I was a little too excited that Agent Coulson was in this. Like, hey, it's Agent Coulson. But he's a good actor. He should be in other movies. And it looks like Minnie Driver is going to have some really good dramatic moments. But I'm worried her character is going to feel two-dimensional. Like they're just going to make her the wife that argues with Guy Pearce. In this trailer, they didn't really give her too much to do, except you could see the growing of dread in her face. But we didn't get too much depth with what her character would be. With Pierce Brosnan, we've got the interesting investigator. With Guy Pearce, we've got the possibly crazy guy, or maybe he's innocent, but no, he's probably not innocent. And then Minnie Driver is I want her character to be more than what they show in the trailer. I want her to have a deeper character, more rich character. I don't want her to be two-dimensional. But other than that, it looks like a movie that I would enjoy watching, and I want to watch it. So, I like it. I am down. So let's go to our last trailer, which is Krypton. I'm sorry if you can hear that, but someone's watching TV in the next room and it's kind of loud. But anyway, Krypton. This is the new show on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it's, from what I understand, it's going to be about Krypton before it blew up. So this is like before Superman was ever born. I think it might be about his father or his grandfather. I don't know if it'll be about Jor-El, maybe Jor-El's father. But it's supposed to take place on Krypton. I guess they're taking a, page out of the book from Gotham, doing stories that go before the people we know. Like before Batman, they had Gotham, and then before Superman, we have Krypton. I think they want to do something like that with Metropolis as well. Sergeant Rocco. Can't hear it. All good. Super Grand Man. Can't hear what? Oh, you can't hear. Okay, good. I'm glad. I can hear it. But I'm glad that you guys can't. Let's check out Krypton, and we will see what they have for us. I don't know if it's Jor-El or... You think it's Super Grand Man. Wow, I need to sleep. I did not get that reference. So it's Grandpa, Jor-El's father then, right? All right, well, let's see. And I have links to all of these trailers in the description below, so check them out. Go support them. Oh, grandson. There we go. Super Grandman. So how is he told and knows that his grandson is going to be Superman?
The story of my family is one of triumph and sacrifice.
Cinematically, it looks great.
How we led a revolution against tyranny. Now it falls on my shoulders to save my world.
Someone from the future is coming to destroy Krypton. Because where I'm from, your grandson becomes the greatest hero of the universe.
Oh, there we go. That answers my question. From the writer of Man of Steel and The Dark Knight? Wow, I didn't know they brought in a writer from those. They are using a lot of things that are visually similar to Man of Steel. Which is kind of cool.
The blood of House Hell will always bind us together.
Krypton. So, apparently we have a guy that comes from the future back in time somehow to tell Grandpa that his grandson is Superman. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it seems like a very convenient storyline of way of getting it feels like they're forcing Superman into the story when you don't need to. At least I don't think you need to. Just having a story about Krypton before Superman would be interesting enough, because you get to see Krypton. You get to see Superman's grandparents and maybe his parents being born. But I think the whole drama of the political and the characters and what's going on Krypton would be enough. Why do you need to bring somebody in from the future to kind of force Superman's storyline in there? Is it to let people know that don't know anything about Krypton or Superman, to give them a frame of reference where they're like, oh, this is Superman's grandfather? Like they need that shoved in their face? I don't know. Hopefully they'll explain it more, like why, in the show. But that part feels too forced for me. Like, I don't like the idea of them trying to shove Superman into the storyline. I think a story with his grandfather would be interesting enough. You know, just like Gotham, they didn't try and force feed Batman into it. The first couple of seasons, it was all about Commissioner Gordon. And that's interesting enough. You have Commissioner Gordon and you have the beginnings of other bad guys. But what I do like is that they are keeping things very similar in style and look from the movie. So like the S symbol, the stuff like the little things, the what do you call them, like the keys that they have, you know, all look straight out of the Man of Steel. So I like that visually they're keeping it similar from Man of Steel, and they're bringing a lot of those visual cues and cinematography and architecture that they have in the movies to make it a more consistent feel in the TV show. I really like that, because I liked Man of Steel, and that opening part with Jor-El, I thought that was great, and I'm sure that they are thinking the same thing I was when I saw Man of Steel, where I was like, well, I want to see a movie about them on Krypton. And that's probably how the show got. So I want to see it. I want to see what they do with it. My only concern is, why do you have to have somebody come from the future to force feed Superman into the storyline? That is my only concern. Hopefully it makes more sense in the show and it doesn't become like Smallville, which I loved Smallville, don't get me wrong. I had fun with that show. But by the end of the 10 years, you're just like, why isn't he Superman yet? I don't want this show to turn into, why don't we have Jor-El yet? Why don't we have Superman yet? So I want it to be about Krypton, about his grandpa, about that story. Don't force feed me Superman. But what do you guys think? Those are all of my trailers for this week's live stream. Thank you to Roger, Shrish, and Sergeant Rocco for coming in and joining me. This is the first live stream on my Koricon Nerd channel. I only have 140 subs on this channel, so I was even surprised that I got 3 people over here. So this was a lot more fun than I was expecting. I was really expecting to just be reacting to trailers by myself and pretending someone was here and then uploading it later. So this has been awesome. I am planning on doing live streams every week. Woo! Road to 400 subs, 200 subs, baby. Yeah! 60 more to my 200 subs, baby. Hell yeah. But I'm planning on what I'm doing. If you haven't seen my previous video, I did a video about the new format of my channel. And one of the things that I will be doing is every Friday, I will be doing a live stream on Koricon Nerds channel at 7 p.m. my time, which is Mountain Time. And then a live stream on Koricon Nala's channel at 10 p.m. my time, Mountain Time, to go over the trailers that have come out in the week. And if you want more information on why I'm doing that and all of that jazz, check out that other video. I will have it linked at the end card of this live stream. So go and check that out. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. Get me to 200 subs, like what Sergeant Rocco just said. 200 subs, baby. Hell yeah. And I will see you on the next live stream. Now to get 21 seconds in so I can put the cards here and the little subscribe buttons. Subscribe buttons. See the videos. Check it out over blah blah blah. I need at least 21 seconds. Jiggy jiggy. 21. Has it been 21 seconds? Maybe. Maybe like 15. I don't know. I think 20 seconds, 21 is probably around here somewhere. Like maybe